And it was so bad, and he did. Those were the only three cards in his hand, and it was just like, oh my god. You still think Archer is just too good right now? I don't know. I'm not convinced. I think Archer's fine. Like it's strong. I feel like Control Mage handles it pretty darn well. I mean, if they get the nut draw, then not as much. But without the Savage, I feel like the nut draw is not as common. All right, we'll just not oppose that guy with a 1/1. We'll kill him with the Cunning Ally. Also, what Archer are you talking about? Are you talking about Burned and Pillage, 2-spell Archer? Or is there a more evolved list specifically for Control Mage? Or are you just thinking Control Mage isn't quite as prevalent anymore anyway? Which is a pretty reasonable claim. Seems like people have... I can't tell if people have come off of Control Mage a bit because it's so slow to level with that people are like, oh my god, I'll come back to it once I'm high legendary. Because that's what I did. I didn't play any Control Mage this season until I was rank 1 and was getting a bit stymied with a scout deck that was a little bit too slow. You've been sitting at number 1 for 5 days with Archer, and you just take it back every morning. It never seems hard. well, Roman, that's a pretty damn impressive claim. And it sounds like it's a lot more than a claim. It sounds like it's fact. So all right. Like there's nothing I can say about that. That's pretty damn good. The guy who's ranked number 1 on the ladder certainly has the right to say if he thinks a deck is really strong. Let's see. He's down to 3 cards somehow. That's kind of good. Trying to figure out the best way to do this. Do I Crushing Blow, the Werebat? He's probably not going to have something to combo into the ally, or he would have witched the ally. So that works out pretty well. It kind of clears out his board. I have some reasonable stuff coming forward with the Atronach. Harpy to lock a guy down, Experiment to loop the Harpy. For some reason, when I look at Experiment, I'm like, eh. When I see the Force War, I'm like, it's a 3/3. Like, that's... It just doesn't feel as greedy as Experiment. I don't know. I don't really like Experiment. I think Archer is not just a great matchup Mage, but it's the worst matchup for Mage. Wow, you think it's the worst matchup for Mage? I think Assassin might be. Assassin seems to be pretty rough. It's able to be super fast and have a really strong late game somehow. I haven't... Maybe it's because I can't quite figure out what the hell's going on. I don't know. Alright, so if he ramps here, it's going to be a major problem if I Frost Atronach over here. I think what I'll do instead is play Schemer. And then if he ramps, the Schemer is the thing that gets wrecked. I guess the problem with this would be that if he throws down a Witch, then that's going to be a major problem. I guess I didn't think about that carefully enough. That a Witch would be a real issue. He's already played 1, but, you know, there are 3 in the deck. Yeah, I should have played the Frost Atronach, actually. This was a greedy play. It may work out for me, but it was probably too greedy. Ah, interesting. I don't have another one. He's got a lot of huge bombs coming, but that guy becomes a bomb. I don't think I can spend that on him, especially since it looked like he didn't actually have it. Okay, yeah, I was right. He didn't have the way to remove him. Just the way he played it made it look like he didn't have a removal for him. All right, choices here. I could do something like Hive Defender over here, plus High Rock Summoner. Which is okay. I think I like Frost Atronach better though. He just played a Shadowfen, so that's good for me. You got number 1 with Mage from 5 to 1, and since then Corey Milhouse convinced me that Archer was just better. What did you think about the PAX streams over the weekend? I'll get back to that, Skooma. So I tried out his list and it's been good. He made a couple changes. I've seen Haxel's Assassin deck. You're pretty sad when you played it in Turning Point and he beat you every time. Yeah. Oh, Roman, I was going to ask you for your Archer list so I could try it out. If you're still here and you're willing to share it, go for it. Skooma, what did I think of the PAX stuff? I thought it was really disappointing. It makes me kind of sad, actually, how the whole thing went down. I would have loved to have a master removal for this lane, but I guess I'm glad I didn't spend my javelin. And then I think I go Summoner over here. Getting to actually get trade value with him is pretty awesome. Oh, thanks, man. Okay, so Skooma, the PAX event. So the PAX event presumably cost Bethesda a lot of money. Like, I just have to assume setting all that up, paying famous streamers to do that, that is not, I wouldn't think, a cheap enterprise. So if you're going to spend a pretty decent amount of money for an event like that, I think you want to get a lot of bang for your buck. And I feel like they didn't get that. The viewership was really low, which is, you know, kind of rough. Like, getting only 600, 800, 1,000 viewers. So that made me sad. The other thing is no one seemed excited. Like, the people who were a part of it, just, it felt like they were going through the motions. Like, oh yeah, the casters didn't really sound like they knew what they were. I shouldn't say didn't know what they were talking about. They just didn't sound excited to be there. The whole thing felt kind of like, yeah, this isn't our game. We're doing it. You guys should be excited we're here. Like, you're welcome. I don't know. That's kind of how I felt. Like, that was a whole big you're welcome that we're doing this. And I don't know. It just doesn't excite me. Like, I'm excited about this game. I love this game. I feel like if you're going to pay that kind of money that they must have paid, you want people who are super excited to be there and, like, talking like this is something monumentous and fun and interesting, and not just like, alright, I'm a Magic pro who's casting and whatever. It seems like an interesting game. I don't really know why he's doing this. So, yeah. I mean, I've said it in a lot of places. For some reason, it upset some people. But I think the right approach would have been to build their brand. And so the way you would do that is you would take Hearthstone pros and not the best players in the game, the established streamers and content makers. I'm not saying necessarily myself. I don't know if I'm high enough on that list. But there should have been one caster at the games who was a player. There should have been, so if you think about it this way, if you have, boy, I'm having a hard time putting all this together at the same time. If you have people there that are excited about the game, it makes the game look better. And then if they're playing against Hearthstone pros who are bringing in the eyeballs, it just goes really well. Like, it's exciting, right? Like, oh my goodness, Kalento's there, I want to watch. And then you're like, wow, these Legends guys are really excited about the game and seem to know what they're doing. And it just, to me, adds quite a bit more to what's happening. Oh, this is so sick. Oh my god. This is like the sickest thing I've ever played in this game. Or am I talking too much and it's not going to work how I think it is? I don't think so. I think this is just game. I mean, this is crazy good. Oh my god. So, this is why I'm fairly convinced that Forsworn or Brilliant Experiment, possibly Brilliant Experiment are really good because that was disgusting. That was like the most disgusting play ever. So there you go. Boom.